Hi, I'm Sophie, and welcome to my world. You know, St. Patty's Day is right around the corner, and so I thought it might be fun to make something that you could wear on your head to celebrate the day. I'm going to teach you how to make a pair of St. Patty's Day Deely-Boppers. For this project, I'm going to be using some cardstock. I need a piece to make a pattern, and then I'm going to need a piece that I'm going to make my shamrocks out of. I'm going to be using some little puff balls. I'm going to be using pipe cleaners. You're going to want to have at least 4 of these. I'll need a headband, scissors, a pen, and in this case, I'm going to be using a heart to make my pattern. I'm going to show you how to make the perfect shamrock pattern, and I've got a little heart already cut and ready for that. And I'm also going to be using some tulle. Now for the tulle, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to cut this. This is just a big piece of tulle, and I don't need much. I only need about 4 to 6 inches here. And so this is just a folded up piece of it, and I'm just going to snip this much off of it because I don't need a lot of it. And I can actually get rid of that. Okay, so first thing we got to do is make our pattern for our shamrock. And I found that the perfect way to do that is take a little heart sticker and trace around it. So I'm going to trace right around it here. You could cut this out of tape if you don't have a sticker, but I just happened to have this sticker and I was like, oh, that's the perfect size. Okay, so I drew one heart. Now what I'm going to do is flip the heart over and right at the point, match point to point, almost so it looks like butterfly wings there. And then I'm just going to trace around again. There we go. And now, if you see, this heart will pretty much fit right directly in there. However, what I want to do is scooch it up just a tiny little bit. So I've given it just a little bit extra there so that when I come up and around, my heart fits in there perfectly like a leaf. And now, all I have to do is draw a straight line straight down from the middle of these 2 hearts and from this third point here. And this is going to be the stem. And I'm just going to make my stem with that as my center line. And all I'm doing is just kind of measuring down about, that's about 2 clicks on my finger. So about 2 inches down, and I drew a straight line across. And then just from that edge, just went up, straight up, like I was going to draw a triangle almost, like that. See, there's the triangle. But just draw straight up, and that makes my stem. Now what I'm going to do is just cut it out. And when I cut it out, it looks just like that. And there is my perfect shamrock that I can use to make my shamrocks for my Deely-Boppers. Now, I'm going to need 4 shamrocks for my Deely-Boppers. So what I'm going to do is take my paper, and I don't need the whole thing. I only need about half a piece. And I'm going to fold it in half like a book, and then I'm going to fold it in half one more time. And at this folded edge, I'm going to take my shamrock pattern, lay it down, and I'm going to trace around. I'm just going to trace it all the way around. Whoops. And if it slides, just line it back up again. A lot of people ask about that airplane noise. Just so you know, this video is being shot in my warehouse, and San Francisco Airport is right around the corner, and every now and then again, we get an airplane like the one that just went overhead. Okay, so there we go. I've traced it around. Notice how this is at the edge where it's all folded. Now all I'm going to have to do is come back and cut these. So I'm going to come and cut around like this and just trim them out. Now I've done mine ahead of time here, so you can see those, but I do want to show you one really quick thing. I'm going to make this a real quick cut just to show you one thing. When you take these apart, you want to make sure that you keep the front and the back of each one together. So that's why you see I've got these and they're together with a clip. That's so that I know that these two go together and these two go together. Because as you can see, you start cutting things out and then you want to make sure that they go in the same direction. So what I always do is once I've got my whole shape cut out, I pinch these together, I put a clip, and then see this bottom is attached. That helps it to stay together until I'm ready to trim them apart. So I would take a clip here and a clip there, and then I would cut the bottom so that I would have two perfect sets like that. Okay, now we get to the fun part. We have all our pieces, and now we're going to add the Deely-Boppers. Now, one of the things that I have found with pipe cleaners in general is they have become very thin. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to strengthen my pipe cleaners so that I get a good Deely-Bopper. And what I'm doing is I'm just twisting these around each other. And it can be pretty loosely, but I'm going to twist and twist and twist and twist it around itself like that, all the way to the end. When I get to the end part, I'll seal it a little bit tighter just to make sure it stays. So my ends are a little tighter, but then the middle is loosely wrapped. That's just to give this a little bit more body. And now what I'm going to do is take my pen and wrap my pipe cleaner around and around and around and around and around and around my pen. And don't get too worried about the end here, because this end is now going to get attached to my headband. So I'm going to take this, wrap it up and around my headband, and then I'm going to pinch this and twist this as tight as I possibly can. This is really super important that you twist as tight as you possibly can, because you want to make sure that that's nice and tight. Now I'm going to open this up here. Need my hot glue gun. Take my back piece of my cutout and put a strip of glue right up the center. And then all I'm going to do is take that flat end and lay it right on my shamrock back. And remember, I had these two stuck together so that I know exactly how they go together. Now I'm going to take my glue and trace along the leaf pattern there, and then I'm going to make sure that I put some on the pipe cleaner. And now I'm just going to lay this right on top, and that's going to seal it in. Now, to make this extra fancy, now I would repeat this on the other side. To make this extra fancy, what I'm going to do is add some tulle. So I've got this tulle, this big piece of tulle, and I'm going to cut it in half so that I get two pieces, because there's two sides to my Deely-Bopper. Just going to cut that in half. And then all I'm going to do is take this and smoosh it. Smoosh, 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 like I would like a little bow tie. And then I'm just going to take my pipe cleaner, an extra one, and I'm going to try to figure out where the center is here. Get it center. Take my pipe cleaner, wrap it around there, like a letter U. Just wrap it around like that, and then I'm going to twist it. So let me show you one more time. This is all smooshed together. I make the letter U. Place this in the U bend, my smooshed part in the U bend. I can fold it over my finger there, and then twist it really tight. Twist, twist, really tight. And then I'm going to trim right there. And now I just take this and wrap it around the bottom of my pipe cleaner here. See that? Twist it, twist it, twist it. Make that nice and tight. And the last thing here is add some puff balls. So I'm going to add some puff balls here with my hot glue. Put a little hot glue here, nice and bloopy. There we go. Now if you wanted to, you could even add like a little gold coin in here or whatever you want. A little shamrock guy, leprechaun, whatever you want. Then you repeat on the other side so that you end up with your double Deely-Bopper. And there you have it, your very own personalized St. Patty's Day Deely-Boppers. For more fabulous holiday ideas, come and check us out at Sophie-World.com.